There is something to be said for summertime in a small town. The circus still comes in a tent.
Move up!
There aren't many circuses left that stretch the big top like the imagination. Perhaps that's why they go so many places. For the Carson Barnes Circus, Wewoka, Oklahoma is the 70th city in 70 days.
Look there, look there.
For the kids who tuck under the tent flap, it is always the first time. What is it about the circus that tickles the memory? I remember my first. There was a 76-year-old lion and tiger trainer. He was billed as the oldest living lion and tiger trainer in the world. Years later, I had the opportunity to ask him how he kept his job. Simple, he said. I taught all my cats in Spanish, French, and Cherokee. No one wants to do this job with a dictionary. Yes, there are a lot of lessons in the circus. It's a great place to learn.
Hey, line!
Most of these circus families have been doing what they are doing for 8 generations. Mother to son, son to his son. Education is immediate, important, and no one can convince them it isn't fun. 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year, the kids follow the big top to their one-room schoolhouse in the cook tent.
Now, let's see if you can do that one by yourself.
Their teacher, Fay Reynolds, moves from table to table, working the class like a ringmaster.
How many are there, Cella?
There are 13 kids, kindergarten to college.
One finger.
Their education is practical. Older children learn to fill out life insurance.
Arizona.
They all learn geography, taught with a map of their travels.
You think these kids get a real sense of America?
Yes. The things the other kids may have read in a book or seen pictures of, the kids have been there.
While townsfolk come see the circus, circus kids go see the town. Each season brings a 20,000-mile field trip.
Now you can sound like a rabbit. They would come to you.
A potpourri of pulse-quickening performers.
It is easy to see why kids love this life of one-night stands, but Fay Reynolds gave up a teaching job in Illinois 6 years short of retirement to follow the circus. So did her husband. So did her son Dan and her son Bill. Bill's wife Jeannie was a social worker before she chucked it all to follow the pondering pachyderms.
Well, I must tell you, I'd never seen a circus until 3 years ago, so there's a big change.
I took her to see the first circus she'd ever seen and talked to her about going on the show, and her comment was, well, I don't know what I could do on a circus.
What's the lure of this kind of life?
We have itchy feet, and this is a good way to keep them scratched.
You have to wonder what will amaze Fay's granddaughter growing up under this kaleidoscope of color. Her folks say just one thing. When taken inside her first house, she said, I wonder how many trucks it will take to move this thing. For today, Bob Dotson, NBC News, Wewoka, Oklahoma.